Welcome back. Believe it or not, getting enough sleep can help you prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Now, most of us need around 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep to be at our best, and unfortunately, we don't always get that. In fact, 1 in 4 Americans say they just don't sleep well. So let's talk about why sleep matters and consider some steps that you can take to make sure you're getting enough healthy sleep. We'll also briefly address a common sleep disorder called sleep apnea. So how does all this work? Well, you see, while you're sleeping, even though it looks like there's not a whole lot going on, your body is actually really busy fixing and renewing itself. And that includes balancing many different bodily chemicals, including some hormones that keep your appetite in balance. So without sleep, those hormones never get balanced properly, and it's harder to tell whether you're hungry or full. The result? You tend to eat more, especially at night. This leads to weight gain, which, as we've seen, raises your chances for developing diabetes. But it's not just about overeating. It goes much deeper. Sleep also helps your body control blood sugar. Research shows that lack of sleep makes your cells less responsive to insulin. And as I mentioned in lesson 2, insulin is that key that unlocks your cells so that sugar, that fuel, can get in. Now, if your cells aren't responding to that insulin key, the sugar in your bloodstream builds up and up and up. And of course, there are other consequences of sleep loss. For instance, your immune system suffers, so you can't fight off infections as well. Lack of sleep increases your risk for high blood pressure and depression. It becomes harder to think, harder to pay attention. You're more likely to have accidents. The list goes on and on. So if your sleep needs some improvement, I have 3 sets of suggestions for you. Now, the first set of suggestions are things that you can do during the daytime to improve your sleep at night. Number 1, avoid napping during the day. Now, if you really have to take a nap, keep it early in the day and keep it to 20 minutes or less. Number 2, catch some rays. The more exposure you have to light, especially sunlight, during the day, the more your body and your brain will respond to darkness at night. And darkness is what tells your brain that it's time to sleep. And suggestion number 3, well, sleep scientists have known for years that exercise during the day helps you sleep at night. But not too close to bedtime. It's harder to sleep when your body is still all jacked up from exercise. These next suggestions are for the end of your day when you're preparing to go to sleep. Number 1, stick to a sleep schedule. Go to bed at the same time every night and get up at the same time 7 or 8 hours later every morning. And sorry, that includes weekends. Number 2, make a bedtime routine for the hour or 2 before bed. Many people find that a warm shower or some meditation or reading time helps them unwind. Maybe for you, it's laying out your clothes for the next day and doing some stretches or deep breathing. The point is to have a few activities that tell your brain and your body, hey, it's time to relax. Number 3, watch what you eat. Now, while a light snack before bed can be okay, a big meal before bed can make sleeping difficult and kind of uncomfortable. Number 4, watch what you drink. Now, too many fluids before bed can interfere with your sleep with trips to the bathroom. And of course, avoid anything with caffeine like coffee, tea, or energy drinks. And remember, alcohol is the enemy of sleep. While a nightcap or 2 or 3 might make you feel sleepy, it actually disrupts your sleep through the night. And number 5, begin making your surroundings darker by turning off unnecessary lights. Be aware that screens from laptops, monitors, phones, TVs, and tablets give off a type of light that tricks your brain into thinking that it's still daytime. It's best to turn those things off in the hour or 2 before bed. And finally, some suggestions for once you're in bed. Number 1, use the bedroom only for sleep and intimacy. No watching TV, checking emails, or doing work. Number 2, keep the bedroom as dark as possible and the temperature on the cool side. And number 3, and this is so important, if you're not asleep in 20 to 30 minutes, get up and do something relaxing. Again, avoid screens and bright lights. Once you feel sleepy, go back to bed and try again. And finally, one of the most common sleep disorders is called sleep apnea. When you have it, you repeatedly stop breathing while you sleep and then start breathing again, usually with a loud gasp or loud snore. That's a key sign of sleep apnea, loud, frequent snoring. Fortunately, it is a condition that can be readily diagnosed and treated. Getting enough sleep doesn't just feel good, it's an important part of preventing type 2 diabetes. Now, in the final lesson, lesson 6, I'll be telling you about some strategies you can use to make your new habits stick. I'm clinical specialist Michael Detner. Now, get some rest.